are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome to Focus on Germantown. I'm Mayor Mike Palazzolo, and it's my privilege each month to host the show, bringing guests to talk about city government and the services we provide to make Germantown a great place to live. Health is important to many Germantown residents, and the state of Tennessee took note of that fact, choosing Germantown as a pilot city for a statewide initiative called Healthier Tennessee. Here to talk about how the Germantown Area Chamber of Commerce is helping to make Germantown a healthier place is Chamber Executive Director Janie Day. Our second guest, Germantown Alderman Rocky Janda, is active on many boards and commissions here in the city. Today we will discuss his many ideas and interests in the city he serves. And in our Focused on Business segment, City of Germantown Economic and Community Development Director Cameron Ross joins us with a member of our business incubator, Epicenter, David Leon of Trocar Suite. Cameron and David will discuss what the Epicenter, located right here in Germantown, means to the community. But first, Germantown Area Chamber Executive Director Janie Day is here to tell us about the Chamber's annual Wellness Expo, held right here in Germantown at the Great Hall. Welcome, Janie.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you.
Thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about the Wellness Expo. Tell us the date, where we already kind of talked about where it's going to be held,
Right.
How many exhibitors, what you would like to accomplish,
Right.
and just give our viewers a little taste of what's going to happen.
Well, because the city was tapped by Governor Haslam as a pilot program for Healthier Tennessee, Healthier Germantown, the chamber decided, how can we help? So we decided we had a space in April where we used to have a business expo, and then we thought, well, why don't we do something that's industry specific, which would be connected to health and wellness. We have such a wonderful medical community here. It's growing. It seems like every single month we've got the Epicenter with some medical entrepreneurs trying to grow their business here and start their business. So that's really how it came about. It is at the Great Hall. It is April the 28th from 9 to 1. It is open to the public. We hope everybody from Bartlett, Collierville, Memphis, Germantown, everybody will attend because it is an interactive expo. We've got exhibitors, medical exhibitors who will be doing diabetes tests, high blood pressure, eye exams, hearing tests. So we have audiologists, we have dentists. I don't think they're going to do a dental exam, but we have a great variety. We have 44 booths, and we only have 2 left to sell.
Wow.
Yes, we had great response when we put it out there to the community. So we're really trying to get the community involved in health and wellness, and we want to do our part to help the city and help the residents and do anything we can to help with exercise and the health part of it.
Well, it's a great partnership that we have with the Chamber of Commerce.
Sure.
The city and the Chamber have
Right.
been together as partners for many years, dating back to Mayor Goldsworthy and during my time as well.
Sure.
This partnership seems to be a match made in heaven, so to speak. As you mentioned earlier, Germantown has a very robust healthcare sector. The Wolf River Medical Corridor, Methodist Hospital, many of the clinics, close to 6,000 of our citizens are employed in healthcare. And when Governor Haslam tapped our community to be a healthier community, it just made sense. This expo can really bring people together. Can you talk about some of the vendors and some of the exhibitors that you have?
Yes, the exhibitors include Methodist Le Bonheur Hospital, Baptist Women's Health Care, the Campbell Clinic, the Imaging Center, Stern Cardiovascular, Sims Murphy. So A lot of it is the larger companies, but we also have a small company that's called Total Health and Wellness, and then also some hearing aid companies, a couple of those. So and then we have exercise groups that are coming also. So I know the athletic center is going to be involved, but we also have some exercise people who can show you exercises at home that you can do in your chair. So it's for every single age, and we're very surprised and happy that we have all of these that will hit every single age group.
Well, and part of the program, the Wellness Council, the Germantown Wellness Council, right, part of the Healthier Tennessee initiative is to make sure that our community focuses on good eating habits, exercise, and tobacco cessation.
Right.
We're very excited for this Wellness Expo to be occurring. It's April 28th again.
April the 28th.
At the Great Hall.
Right.
And it is free to the public.
It is free to the public.
9 to 1. And while we have time, let's use this time to talk a little bit about what's going on at the Chamber of Commerce. I know the Chamber of Commerce, Germantown Area Chamber of Commerce, is the second largest chamber of commerce in the area. It has been for many, many years, right, only behind the Memphis Regional Chamber. You have a vast amount of membership. Tell us some of the things that you have planned for 2016.
Well, besides the Health and Wellness Expo, which is our first event, we actually have a golf tournament that involves all kinds of people in walks of life. We also have Taste of the Town, which is this year is going to be coming back to the Great Hall, so it's in Germantown again. And our event for the silent auction benefits the chamber, but the live auction this year will benefit Memphis Oral School, which is housed right here in Germantown. It's an amazing, amazing school. It is hearing impaired children talking. And it is very loud in there. So
that's a good thing,
if you haven't visited, you will be totally, totally surprised. And it's a small school that really needs as much support from the citizens of Germantown. These children are mainstreamed into their regular school district. Most of them are after the age of 5. So it's a very exciting. They even learn to play the violin.
It's amazing.
So,
Teresa Swartz has been on Focus on Germantown. I think you're a board member as well. So it's good that the charitable benefactor is one of our local schools, and that is very exciting. Well, that kind of takes us to kind of what's going on for 2016. We have time for just really one more question.
Sure.
What do you see the chamber doing in the future? And I'll just let the audience know that I really believe that a vibrant, strong chamber equals a vibrant, strong city. So talk about some things maybe that you guys are looking at in the future.
Working with the Economic Development Commission and writing a grant that we have written for another partnership again with EDGE. It was ingrained in there that the chamber is going to be a little bit involved in working in economic development, bringing more dining, more shopping, more entertainment to Germantown. The Economic Development Commission of the city is going to work on another area, which is bringing corporate offices, and they just thought, well, maybe the chamber, working with all the residents and knowing what the residents really want, they want a little bit more shopping and dining and entertainment. So that's a different focus for us, and we're really, really looking forward to that.
Well, thank you, Janie. It's great to have you. After this short break, we will talk to Alderman Rocky Janda. Back after this.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Really?
Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome back to Focus on Germantown. I'm Germantown Mayor Mike Palazzolo. Join us is Germantown Alderman and small business owner Rocky Janda. Welcome to the show, Rocky.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, it's good to have you. Now, you are in the final year of your first term as alderman. You're alderman position 5 in the city of Germantown.
Correct.
A lot of people may or may not be aware of this, that aldermen have liaisonships with different commissions in our city. We roughly have 20 or so commissions. Please share with the folks what liaisonships you have.
Sure. I'm liaison for the Financial Advisory Commission, which is 23 citizens on that one. I'm Audit Commission. I'm on the, I call it the Retirement Commission. It's got some other names for it. I'm on the Environmental Commission, which is a new one for me this year. It's kind of exciting. I was worried about it, but environmental people are really good and they get assignments, and it's really an interesting commission. And then my other one is the Great Hall, which I'm very proud of in terms of the direction it's gone, and it's going in the right direction, and we're doing a lot of upgrades over there to make it competitive. The one I guess I'm most proud of is the Financial Advisory Commission, in that we have 23 great people that the aldermen have chosen. They're, I mean, from CFOs for big companies like Medtronic and other great people who understand and can be bean counters and understand, but they're also citizens. And it's really nice to have citizens make the recommendation that, and that's what most of our commissioners do, of course, as you know. They make recommendations to the alderman, and typically they've really put it through the ringer to make it, a recommendation. They understand that, we don't always have to follow that recommendation, but they're really into it. I'm very proud of that. FAC.
Well, Rocky, you're kind of, I think you would be a self-proclaimed numbers guy. You're a small business owner.
Right.
You've served on many different charitable boards, and you've always been kind of that guy that had the pencil sharp. And tell us a little bit about some of the things that in your 4 years in office that you have some pride in, and helping with maybe saving some money or doing some things differently at the city.
Well, when I was with in the Personnel Advisory Commission, the first year there, we made some changes that over the 3 or 4 years now have saved us a tremendous amount of money, especially in the healthcare area. As you know, we saved a couple $1 million in that area. I guess it's a lot of things. The Great Hall, in terms of upgrading it. I'm very proud of that, and that we have the patio, and we're now going to have a lobby area that's going to be able to add dollars to it. And we have we've got a few more dollars we need to break even on that one. But it's an amenity that we really need in this area. And the Great Hall really is, and Janie mentioned, she's bringing a lot of things back to the Great Hall because of all the improvements that we've done, which makes it's a very focused area for citizens and non-citizens.
Well, certainly, and it provides banquet services, meeting rooms, different things for the community to be able to use as an amenity and as a function. I know you've championed some things in your time as an alderman, and one of the things that I think we have third reading coming up is something that really benefits our residents through the utility bill. Share a little bit about that.
And of course, anything that an alderman, he's championing it, but he needs a couple of other aldermen to agree to it, as you know. And that's in terms of forgiveness. If someone misses a payment, it's the first time in 12 months, there's not going to be a penalty. They get to have a free ride on that one. And that's pretty important to several people, because usually it's just an accident, for sure. A couple other things, and it's the small things that you do for the citizens that seem to mount up. I mean, Poplar Estates Park wanted, over there, the crossway to the greenway, I guess, there was nothing there. And they were putting sacks of cement out there. I don't know if you've seen them. Oh, yeah. And they were going across it. And so we just made that an official crosswalk, and signage for some of the schools and stuff. And, you and I worked on the Fill the Fountain is what it's called now.
Oh, yes.
Remember, we started thinking about that because I'd seen it at another location where they were funding some educational functions and stuff, and you and I worked on that. And of course, you know, the funding of the schools and stuff like that. And those items, it's not just me, that's for sure. It's just like when I first came here, the defined benefit plans and our retirement plan, those things were bankrupting cities across the country, you know. And I wasn't the one that, you know, first idea. I was the one that said, hey, we need to do this now.
Sure.
And of course, with the support of the alderman, it came to be. But it's a lot of the small things you do that sort of add up, and you don't think of that you're serving your community. You know that, and I love to serve the people, and you don't really think about what you've done. You know.
Well, I know that in my own, from a personal standpoint, oftentimes it's that one-on-one conversation, that one email, that one need that you make a reality for a resident. And oftentimes in certain communities, they're not able to make their way to their alderman or councilman or mayor. They just, it's too big of an organization.
They're always surprised when we call them back. I don't know why.
I know.
It's like, whoa.
Well, and especially in the sense that, I think most of our aldermen, including yourself and the mayor, we kind of have our own internal service guarantee. I know we return calls within 24 hours.
Right.
We may not have the answer.
That's right.
We may not have the solution, but we can always say that we're working on it or we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
What are some things that you see in the future for Germantown that you're excited about?
Well, I'm excited about our economic development. I think it's so many positive things in that area in terms of commercial development. I think in the long run, that'll help us keep our property taxes down. We've been kind of light in the commercial area, but with Trader Joe's coming in, and I believe we have a few other things on the horizon that people are going to be really happy about. And I mean, that's really economic development, and that's really exciting.
Well, we have time for just one more question, and I will kind of put you on the spot a little bit. We're about to break ground sometime in May on a new wing at Riverdale School, 60,000 square foot addition that will change the face of that neighborhood and also solidify that school as being a real beacon for our city and for the region. What are you excited about having schools in our community?
I'm very excited about that. When at the FAC, when we were trying to do the bond issue and stuff, I said, I've got a grandchild that's going to be going there, so I don't know if I should be even voting on this, but obviously you need to. But I'm extremely excited to get rid of those portables.
Well, Rocky, it's great. It's great to have you on the board. It's great to have you today on Focus on Germantown. When we come back, Germantown's Director of Economic Development joins us with a member of our new business incubator, David Leon, to discuss the partnership between the City of Germantown and Epicenter. Back in a moment.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome back. Through a public-private partnership, the City of Germantown and Epicenter have opened a collaborative working and business space in Germantown's West Poplar Avenue district in the Carrefour Mall. One of the entrepreneurs involved in this project is here today. Please welcome David Leon and our own Economic Development Director, Cameron Ross, who helped bring the Epicenter to our city. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
It's great to have you guys. I'll start with you, Cameron. Tell us a little bit about how the epicenter, the incubator, business incubator, a lot of people aren't aware that we have one in Germantown, and sometimes they even say, what is a business incubator? But it's located in our Western Gateway. Kind of give our viewers a little bit of the history of how that happened.
Absolutely. So the epicenter, as you mentioned, is a small business incubator and a co-working space. So it allows for entrepreneurs and innovators like David move from their home to a space as they try and grow and raise their business up. Grow it. Think of an incubator like the old chickens that you used to raise or that you might have raised in home ec. But it started out of a conversation that Jerry Klein, the chairman of our Economic Development Commission, had with Dr. Steve Bears, who runs the Memphis Bioworks Foundation, about 6 years ago. And we've been trying to find the right space and the right people to put it together. And it all kind of came together with the Epicenter initiative that's a part of the Bioworks Foundation, and we hope to move it even further with a Delta Regional Authority grant or DRA investment into our community that Economic Development Manager Marie Lisco, along with Bioworks Foundation, helped secure for $93,000 to help with the programming and other development of programs and initiatives to help folks like David grow in their business endeavors.
That's great, Cameron. Thank you. David, welcome to the show. I will tell our audience that you could literally walk to the set from your home. It's right around the corner from here at Houston High School. 25 or so year resident of Germantown. That's correct. You are a medical device executive, and I believe you brought your business from the Dallas-Fort Worth area back home. Please kind of share what brought you back and how's the business incubator meaningful for you?
Well, I think we're a little bit fortunate on the timing with the incubator and the way the Epicenter rolled out. In our particular case, being a medical device company, a new, what we call a startup medical device company, we're pretty small, we run really lean, and so we're trying to build a business off some prototypes and different concepts. And we've been at it for about 3 years now. And so what happened in our particular case is there's a funding entity here in town called Inova Memphis. And they have a lot of expertise in our particular area along with Memphis Bioworks. And so over a period of time and some discussions, they made a commitment to invest in our company if we would relocate to the Memphis area. Which was quite significant because I lived here at the time and was commuting back and forth to Dallas, and most of my positions over the years have been out of town. And so it worked really well for me to have the opportunity to stay home, have a local business, and then have a local investor, a significant investor by the way, come into our business. And so the way the Epicenter played into this was, as we grow and expand our business, we acquired our first 10 or 15 customers, we're continuing to grow and expand that, we needed a place to operate our business out of. I mean, I was operating out of a home office, and although it's kind of nice sometimes and people like that, from a professional standpoint, it's probably not the best situation. So the Epicenter just happened to this time that you guys had spent. It was just a timing where I needed a space, I needed a place professionally to work. You guys had opened it up, and Memphis Bioworks is a part of it, so it's worked out really well. I'm spending 2 to 3 days a week there now, and it gives you a real professional environment. There's other people there, so there's energy there. It's very convenient. The location is fantastic, right at Kirby and Poplar. The facilities in terms of having FedEx there and other amenities like an office park would have really serve my interests really well. So we're looking to grow, and that's a great place to start for a business like mine.
Well, we hope one day, and no kidding or no pun intended here, one day that your company, Trocar, could be ringing the bell on Wall Street. And you started right here in Germantown. Sure. Cameron, please share with us, we have some other users, perhaps not necessarily their names, but we have other people that are using the facility. We're not at capacity, but we're pretty close to it already.
We've got 5 users, and they're 3 cubicle spaces and then some shared spaces along with a conference room option. But these guys are doing everything from software development to just trying to align strategic business opportunities. And there's one guy that's just using the space to get out of his office to write a strategic plan for his company for 3 months. So he needed a quiet space to focus. And so this allows him to do it and not have the distractions of his daily office.
Without getting too technical, tell us a little bit about, David, a little bit about Trocar in the sense of what kind of device are you putting together, and so people can kind of get an idea of what happens at an incubator.
Yeah, so, well, in our particular case, it's a laparoscopic instrument, which means they're minimally invasive surgery, small incision surgery, and that's the space that we deal in within the medical device world. In our particular case, our founder came up with the concept. We developed prototypes, filed for intellectual patents or intellectual property, which are patents, and then we went out and we just built a business around that, acquiring some customers and so forth. So we work in the operating room with surgeons, general surgeons, colorectal surgeons, gynecological surgeons, and others, where we improve the efficiency of the operation that they're doing. That's in our particular case. We have one product that is really a platform product for building other types of products, intellectual property is. So we're going to start in a particular segment, and then we're going to expand it. But laparoscopic surgery in particular is what we're involved with.
Is there any benefit or an alignment being in a community that has a lot of health care or in a region that has a significant amount of health care?
Oh, there's no question. I mean, the ecosystem in the Mid-South area is really has a very supportive infrastructure for our particular industry. So you have I mean, there's well-known medical device companies around Memphis, very, very well-known, from Medtronic and Smith & Nephew and Wright Medical and a number of other ones. And so what that does is just spin off other businesses and other expertise from regulatory and quality. People have had a lot of experience in our particular space. There's knowledge sharing and so forth. So that ecosystem, at least for the state of Tennessee, is as strong here as anywhere. And I think for Germantown in particular, it's even better because Germantown is a real strong community. And that community people look for, you know, if companies like ours want to hire people or bring people in or bring people from out of town, it's real important that you have that reflection of what your company wants to be like. And so we think, at least for us, you know, Germantown offers a real attractive, you know, community for us. And I live here, and so I believe it's a great place to live. So.
Well, we really don't have time for another question, so I'll use the last few seconds of this segment just to say thank you to Jerry Klein, our chairman of our Economic Development Commission, David, for you choosing to be in our incubator, and Cameron for your leadership as well. Thank you guys for being here today. I'd like to thank all of my guests for being here, and thank you for taking the time to focus on Germantown. If you'd like more information about this or any other show on Germantown Municipal Television, please visit www.gmtvonline.org. We'll see you when Focus on Germantown returns next month.